what's being said, but it sounds like we're hearing an opening speech for these candidates. So why don't we let everyone listen, and then I'll hear your thoughts, Judith.
Thank you very much.
Let's see.
Okay, now it's time for a play.
It appears a moment of silence.
Start your clocks and enjoy your round.
Okay, we have handshakes. A moment of silence before hours of silence was given for Dickie Betts, who passed away just today. So the first move was played in his honor, thus the moment of silence. We do wish the family and friends and everybody who is reeling the best. And as we get off to round 12 here, it's all about the chess moves, doing the talking. We are off, the players trotting out their openings. And Judith, I was just in the process of asking you about Jan versus Prague, what kind of opening, what kind of chaos we would see. And it looks like that one is slow starting because Pragananda has not responded to Jan's first move.
Well, I believe it's going to be a very tough and long game because how can you beat Jan, right? So when someone is preparing for such a game and you're playing with the leader, not only with the leader, but you know that the previous two candidates tournament was won by your opponent and he took the lead. He's playing extremely stably, even though he had quite a few very difficult match. One of the most difficult match Jan had versus Pragnananda with the white pieces with the black pieces when he was playing with Pragnananda. So he knows how difficult it is to crack Jan, right? He knows it. And at the same time, he knows it that he has to win this game in order to try to get to the first place. He has to win this game. But how is he going to win the game when we see exchange variation in the French? So it's very difficult. And at the same time, of course, all the other players are also worrying, I think, also that if Pragnananda will be pushing too hard and taking crazy risky decisions, it can be something similar as in previous candidates, that Nepo will win a game without maybe would have to work so hard, let's say. So this game is very crucial for the outcome of the tournament and, of course, for the outcome for the players.
And you're talking about the game on the bottom right. I just want to point out in the top left, Hikaru Nakamura, he wants to get a W against Alireza Firouzja. We have some serious similarities between these two boards. In the bottom right and the top left, the E-pawns are off. We have a symmetrical pawn structure, but the difference now is that Hikaru brought his C-pawn forward, and in the bottom right, Jan Nepomniachtchi has not, instead developing his knight. So, David, I'm going to toss to you. We have 4 awesome games. I think that maybe we should start in the top left with Hikaru.
there is very little hope, and this is the kind of position which obviously everybody hates. That if you have the slightest chance, you're there, you're fighting, you're calculating, you're trying your best. But once you see that there is no practical chance, and actually King E3 is even maybe a more painful move for Black, that basically Black is in Zugzwang kind of situation. Though I wouldn't mind to see simply knight b3, knight d2, knight e4, because that was good enough. This is again like really fine-tuning the opportunity that King e3, I don't let you come into my territory all the way to d3. I don't think it had any big difference, but these nuances can also help, because it's the most important thing in this endgame, exactly, to give the least practical chance for Alireza, because then he's going to be resigning at some point already. He says, okay, there is no way I can have any chance, so I rather not suffer longer.
Yeah, and White has the simple plan to play bishop d2 next, followed by king takes pawn. Black's passed pawn will not survive. The g5 pawn, of course, long term will be doomed as well. And the white knight, there's no way to keep it out forever. Eventually it gets back in. And talking of getting back in, Hikaru is back in with huge chances in this tournament if he wins. Assuming when he wins at this point, he will join Jan Nepomniachtchi in the lead. Third win in a row, Robert. This would be huge for him.
And you saw him staring up. He's thinking, what about that world championship? I literally don't care. Oh, yeah, that's not the case. He cares now. He will be in a tie for first place with Jan Nepomniachtchi. It looks like Gukesh will join the two of them. Fabiano Caruana trying to stay within a half point of them. So we have what appears to be a four-person race. But Hikaru Nakamura, this moment is about him. And you see Alireza Firouzja, he's looking at this board. You can tell he doesn't want to play it out anymore. He understands that the minor pieces will team up not just against his first pawn, but against his last remaining pawn as well. And so for Firouzja, he wishes that he could restart this tournament and play a much better first half, because that would have allowed him chances in the second. But for Alireza, the pain continues in Toronto. He may not be quitting chess. He's made that quite clear, but he will quit this game any moment now, because Hikaru Nakamura has found all the correct moves after that 41st move blunder from Firouzja. David, I mean, look at Firouzja's face. This is just a player who doesn't want to be at the board anymore.
Yeah, he knows his practical chances are pretty much over, but it does take a bit of willpower to extend the hand, to offer your resignation, and to end the game. There we go, though. It is a result. Hikaru Nakamura takes the win. This could be vital.
Huge.
Amazing performance by Nakamura. Third win in a row in the candidates tournament. What a performance. After losing game 2 against FIDE. Who would have thought that he's back and playing for the first place, being the challenger of the world champion? Wow.
And look at Hikaru. There's a big smile on his face. I mean, the players, they may be talking about some of the chess, but for Hikaru, he needs to run out of there. He needs to make a recap video, because all of his fans are waiting. And if you're in chat right now, you know that many of you are Hikaru Nakamura fans. You've entered the chess